All right, hello and welcome. I'm Joshua Price for Friday Night Stars, and I'm here with Samari Collier, Desoto quarterback, class of 2021, 3-star, committed to Illinois. I'm here with him today. We're going to sit down, have a great chat with him, and I think everything's going to be well. Samari, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Well, as great as you can with this quarantine. I'm just stuck inside all day trying to figure out ways to not go crazy, you know? So, how you been keeping up with all this quarantine stuff? Yeah, I know, spring ball has been canceled a little bit. How do you get past that?
I just keep grinding, stay on my grind, because you never know what could happen. Any day they could say we can go to school and just start up school. So, if school start up, most likely spring gonna start up. So I'm
Yeah.
just keeping myself in shape, keep throwing my receivers, getting the chemistry down, getting ready for the season too.
Yeah, I saw you were throwing to a couple of guys this earlier today. Who were you throwing to?
Marcus Bonner and Jonte Cook.
Hmm. Yeah. And like, what other ways you've been like keeping? I've been playing any, like I seen like Coach Samples out of SMU. He's been throwing out some PlayStation Madden challenges. Have you been doing any of those, man?
I am no I haven't been on the game.
Ah, yeah. You don't play that much, or is it you
No,
just
sir, I don't
you
play the
want to stay away from that? You don't want that smoke.
game. Nah, I gotta give me a game.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
Marcus
But
Bonner and Jonte
who
Cook.
do you model yourself after? Like, is there anybody at the higher level like you try to emulate your game around?
I watched Cam Newton, but I didn't get to watch him a lot this season because he didn't get to play a lot. I
Yeah,
used to, yeah, Cam Newton.
and you know, has there anybody who helped mentored you into into your role? Who anybody like who's been in that role for you? Any coaching
No, sir.
staff or like, or who's been your best quarterbacks coach or coach overall?
My best quarterback coach is the one now, Coach Padron. Yeah, he's the
Gotcha.
best quarterback.
And then you came in this year, first year at Desoto, and then they on top of that they get a new coach too. And Coach Mathis. I think you transferred from Skyline, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so how is that transition for you? You come in a whole new kind of team, and then on top of that, a whole new head coach. How do you handle that?
I mean, I had a relationship with Coach Matthews before I even came, so and plus I was at DeSoto in eighth grade, so
Oh, okay.
I was already knowing everybody, know my surroundings, so I was basically like, welcome back home. That's what it was to me.
Hmm. And let's talk about your progression a little bit. The first week, week one, you get Permian Basin, and now this isn't the most pass friendly team to you. This is Permian's going to be a team that tries to run you down, out in Odessa, and but at the end of the season, you rack up crazy numbers. I have your stats on the screen: 26,100 yards. That's insane for just coming in a little bit to a new system. A little bit. Talk a little bit how your progression started from that first game all the way, unfortunately, to your playoff loss.
Man, first game, I was kind of nervous. I was getting the feeling of varsity, like starting. It was starting my actual first game, so I started. Then second game, I started getting a little comfortable, and I had threw for 6 touchdowns and over 400 yards. And then after that, it just started going up and up and up from there.
Yeah. And you know, let's talk about that second game because that is really where you shined a little bit because you really couldn't show anything out, and like I said, against Permian, but you threw for a crazy amount of yards, and it's just what caused that change for you?
The change.
Yeah, like what? I mean, I know they let you open up a little bit, but and Jesuit was a team that was gonna play with you, but what let you grip it and rip it a little bit more?
Um, Jesuit, they was watching the run because
Mm-hmm.
first week, we had a good run game, had 4 touchdowns, running the ball, so they were looking for the run. So it opened up the pass game for us. And then I took what they gave me, and I ended up with 6 touchdowns,
Yeah,
throwing six.
crazy stat line from that game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was your stat line was 442 yards, 29 out of 41 completions and 6 touchdowns. That's just insane. And then you had Lance Arnold or Arnold coming out with the most of that, 10 receptions. Lawrence Arnold, sorry about that,
Mm-hmm.
10 receptions, uh, 53 yard. Oh, sorry. Let me. I don't want to put disrespect on the man's name. Lawrence Arnold, 10 receptions, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and he's going to Kansas
Yeah,
upcoming. But yeah, he got the most out of that game. I was there. That was an insane game, and that's a pretty good Jesuit team. They beat
yeah, that,
Longview in the playoffs, and they had E.J. Smith, one of the top running backs committed to Stanford. But that was a really good Jesuit team.
yeah, it was a pretty good team.
And so now let's move further down to the season. You guys just rocked ever since that game. You've been just pushing around guys by like plus 40 score lines. You took down Bishop Dunn 49-0, Waxahachie 55-12, Mansfield Lake Ridge 63-28. DeSoto took down Mansfield 43-17. punished Grand Prairie 54-7. But then we entered go against Mansfield Summer. Where's that was where that was it was not your home stadium, right?
No, so it was at Vernon Newsom Stadium.
Okay, yeah, and that was just I was at I was in McKinney at that time, and just it rained so hard, man. I
Yeah, it was
what
right.
was that the primary factor that like hurt that game overall?
I mean, no, I feel like as all the delays that we had, we kind of went in the locker room kind of dead. We was up 21-6 or 21-7. One and the whole momentum changed. Just like they went up and we went down. So after that, it just everything just changed. And then we tried to come together at the last second. Then it just didn't work out. So then
Yeah, it was just a tough environment. Yeah, if
yeah,
that
it was kind of off.
your guys were heading for an undefeated season, and
Yeah, we
but you
were.
guys bounced back next week after a 1 point loss to Mansfield Summit. You guys handed SGP 41-26. That was a great game. What caused you to come back there, or like
That game,
just
that game, the next game, that week at practice, we were just like, hey, let last week be last week. It's a new week, new team. Coming to that game, it was just like make up for last week. And we did that. And I don't know my stats for that game, but I know I threw probably like 3 touchdowns. That's it.
yeah
But I don't know the
for the
stats.
SGP game it was 235 yards, 9 for 19, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I think it was Jason Brown. Jason Brown did a lot. He was a he graduated. He was a 2020.
He was a senior.
Yeah, he did a lot. Yeah, he was a great running back for this season. But then you guys get to the Cedar Hill game. I have something to confess. I am a Cedar Hill kid, so I gotta when these games come up, I I won't show it sometimes, but I gotta go for Cedar Hill. So there's a little bit part, but it was such a great. Every time this happens, it's such a great game. Cedar Hill
Yeah, it
won
was.
out. It was a last ditch like 2 point conversion, right? It 27 or 28-27 lost to Cedar Hill. That was insane. Describe to me like the emotions of that game. You see the video, it's just insane, but describe the emotions of being on the field.
I mean, big crowd, big game, like that's the game of the year, basically, Battle of the Bell Line. So, that was my first year being in the Battle of the Bell Line. So, I got the feeling of it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm loving the feeling. So then we got in the game. It's a lot of trash talk,
Yeah.
all kind of stuff. So, I'm just getting used to it. So then we kind of started off a little slow, but then after that, we started picking it up. And then that last play, it killed us. And we really, who we supposed to be sitting here? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, man.
But yeah, that just it went from t- uh, a one loss season is okay. Being undefeated is better, but two losses that just took a little bit of hit out of you. And do you think that affected you down the run, especially losing the Mansfield Summit game after the delays, and then losing to Cedar Hill? Do you think that affects you down the line because it was right before playoffs?
I mean, going into the playoffs with a loss, you should automatically go into the playoff with a chip on your shoulder. So I mean, it kind of affected us a little bit because practice started being a little different. Because we started off 6-0, but no, 7-0.
Yeah,
My fault. Started off 7-0, so that one loss kind of like it changed the momentum of practice a little bit. Because we weren't really used to losing. We was expecting to go undefeated that season, and then after that game, we were just like, man. But then we bounced back at the City Hill game. We were expecting to win that game too. And then just like after that game, it was just like things started changing a little bit. But then, I try to keep the team up a little bit. But losing the game to City Hill 2 years in a row, that's kind of a little bit heartbreaking. But yeah, we got one more year. We're gonna get them.
all right, and then we go into the bye district round where you just hand Skyline a big fat L, 44-6. How did that feel? Was there any like a couple emotions from you, like it's my old team, or was there something on your shoulder, or what was the feeling like playing against your old team?
I mean, leaving that team, it was kind of problems going on. I was at Skyline, so just playing against them, it was just like I could probably show them what I got. showed them what they missed out on. So yeah, that was just pretty much it.
And then we move on to the area round where it's unfortunately or air playoff run ended 37-15 loss to South Lake Carroll. Just kind of what did you learn from the game? That game with that loss against such a talented team.
I mean, that game I learned you know, you always gotta come start strong and finish strong. And I don't think we didn't start off strong and we didn't finish strong. So next year got one more year, so we should come back and learn. And we learn from that game, so we'll be back.
And now let's kind of look to the future because as we've done district realignment, the District of Doom has gotten even more doom somehow with Duncanville moving into it. So now it's Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Duncanville, and then you have Mansfield, Waco High, Waco Midway, Lake Ridge, and Waxahachie all into one group. Just that would scare me if I was a player going into that district. But talk to me a little bit your mindset going into that.
I mean, my mindset is going to this is, good teams every week. So my mindset going to this is like just going every week, like be locked in, focus that week, and make sure your team know what they're supposed to be doing that week. So we want to walk out with an L because I'm not. I'm trying to go undefeated this year. Go to state. It's my last year. State my goal.
Yes, sir. And have you guys have any had any meetings so far, or is that like how to approach this, or is it still kind of make sure everyone kind of gets their work in a little bit?
Well, repeat that question.
Oh,
I couldn't really hear you.
so have you guys have your coaches like tried to talk about how to approach the season a little bit, or is like how it has it been like get your work in and try to like get ready for this?
I mean, he haven't really said too much about it. He told us who we got every week. He was just like one game at a time. That's pretty much all that he said to us. Cause that was the last time that we was at school when he had told us about the district realignment and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And there's sort of a theme going on in DFW right now. There's so many talented quarterbacks. Just in your district alone, you have K-Sal. He's getting a lot of offers right now. And then you have Chris Parsons, freshman in the state title game. How do you try to like compete with those guys? How to try to like keep your edge and try to like shine above them a little bit.
I mean, about that question, I mean, me and Chris Parsons, we cool, we pretty cool and stuff, and how I keep myself above them. Um, I just keep working every day. I keep that chip on my shoulder, and like, cause basically I'm the underdog in this whole scenario. So yeah,
And do you guys
that's
have
pretty
any
much.
like bets going? Who's going to get the higher pass by week one? Judson and Baylor. How do you feel about going away on your first week, all the way down to Waco, not even in the DFW area? Talk to me how that feels.
Um, it's in no type of way. We just got to keep that same mindset going to the game, be focused and locked in. That's pretty much it for that week.
Yeah, but this schedule is just back, so we'll leave the schedule for a later time. But let's just talk about Illinois. All right, when we
Okay.
first talked, it was against Jesuit, and you had what UNLV, and then uh,
No, sir. I
it,
had New Mexico.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So it was just only one offer, but then Illinois came in, that Big Ten offer. It came in pretty quick. What was your decision into just committing your junior year? Talk to me about that.
I mean, Illinois, they were recruiting me pretty much the heaviest. So I was just like, ride with who's ride with you. So I gave them a chance. They recruit me hard, and you got to go to a program that wants you. So they wanted me pretty much bad, and they showed me a lot of interest. So I gave them my commitment.
And yeah, you talk about who's riding with you. What appealed with that is that just um, uh, you know they've recruited you pretty hard. You see their dedication. Is that was a big factor for you?
Yes, sir. That was the main factor for me.
Yeah, and What about have you talked a lot with maybe the coaching staff a little bit? Maybe some future teammates. Have you talked with them at all?
Yes, sir. I talk to them pretty much every week.
And what's a benefit to like committing? Are they giving you like some advice, maybe some ways how to tackle this quarantine in addition to what kind of your DeSoto coaches are telling you?
They haven't pretty much said anything about the quarantine. The only thing they said to me was try to make sure you keep working out. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha. But yeah, let's move on to some of the other guys. I see you on Twitter. You see Shamar Turner and some Illinois merch. You're like, hey man, did you give him that or did he already have that?
Who's Shamar?
Yeah, Shamar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I pushed Shamar in Illinois. I told him, I said, I told him y'all need to get on my defensive end, and then 2 days later he got the offer,
Yeah. How
and
how
I'm working for Byron now.
mhm. And how yeah, how well is that DeSoto to Illinois going right now, man?
It's going pretty good. Trying to get other players on track with Illinois. Tell
Yeah.
them how good it is. What's the benefits of it?
And what is that? What are the benefits? If you
The
can.
benefits is it's a smart school. You can go there, play your freshman year. Coaches gonna show you love. Good strength and conditioning program, and they have everything that you want to major in.
And we're talking about Shamar and Byron, and recently Lathan Adams just committed to Colorado. Is there any more guys that we should try to look for in this upcoming season? Give me some dogs, man. Who to look out
Um,
for?
Chris Henley, our running back, our sophomore running back last year, he had got hurt. He's coming back. He's in rehab, getting stronger. Our we have two returning O linemen, Carl Walker and Travis Jackson, and we have a receiver. His name Marcus Bonner. He's a junior, going to be a senior. He's coming back with us, and we got a few sophomores and two freshmen that's coming up. So they're gonna help us out a lot this season.
Yeah, reload, not rebuild, right?
Yes, sir.
And so I'll go back to this. Like, as you look over, I think I may have asked this, but like, as you look over your season overall, what's like one big thing you saw yourself as you progressed? Like, what's one major attribute you're like, yes, this is what I wanted to like improved, and this is where I saw improvement in.
I saw improvement in my mechanics. I had to keep keeping my feet moving, and I had to work on that every week in practice and reading the defense and stuff. So I had got better at that every week.
And if there's one thing you want to improve on next season, what would that be?
Um, Next I want to improve on next season is keeping my body healthy, keep myself healthy, and keep my feet moving. Be consistent with my mechanics, and that's pretty much it for next season.
And all right, we'll get into some of these. Like, what's your favorite route to throw?
My favorite route to throw.
Yeah.
I mean, any route. I mean, whatever route. I don't really have no favorite route.
Who's your favorite guy? Well, we can probably look at stats, but who's your favorite guy? Who's your get it done guy last year?
Might get it done like I this past season.
Yeah, this past season.
Oh, LJ Lawrence Arnold. Yeah, he's my go-to guy.
Going to KU. Um, what music been listening to, man? Who's your favorite artist?
Oh, NBA YoungBoy.
All right. I see, yeah, a lot of guys are into that. I see a lot of Coach O streams. Uh, let's see. Do we have any other comments, man? Nah. Uh, let's see. You know, how good of a fit has Coach Mathis been? How welcoming has he been?
Coach Mathis, he's been real welcoming. He's one of the best coaches that I've ever played for. He tells me every day, be consistent. He tells me what I need to work on, and he tells me what I'm pretty good at. So that's kind of keeping the person up, and he keep me updated on everything. So we have a good relationship with each other.
Yeah, what would you say his coaching style is? Is he like all up in your face, or is he like, um, a little bit reserved, a little bit sometimes?
Because rather gonna get in your face, I mean, that's pretty much the biggest part of coaching. seeing if kids can handle that, and getting them ready for the next level.
All right, it's probably important, but okay. You're biggest. You're getting ready for a big game. You're in the locker room. Someone hands you the aux. What's the song you're getting? You're picking to get everyone pumped up, man.
Mm, I'll probably put on Young Boy in Control.
Yeah. I feel that, but I can't. Um, yeah, I think this. I think we had a great time. I can't think of anything else. Thank you so much,
No
Samari,
problem.
for joining me. This was the first of many, but I think this went really well. Uh,
It did. It did.
and thank you so much for your time, man.
All right. Thank you too.
Yeah, is there anyone who want to shout out?
Shout out to Soto Eagles football team.
All right, thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you sometime later. Good luck in the next season, man.
You too, Josh.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I have been Joshua Price for Friday Night Stars. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Joshua Price 33. Make sure to follow Samari on Twitter at 6Samari underscore. He's a great kid, and I really enjoyed watching him this past season. And I can't wait to see how he progresses in this new one. But anyways, make sure to follow me on Twitter for more updates. I hope to do more stuff like this in the future. Let me know who y'all want, who you want me to interview, what type of content you want to see. But yeah, thank you so much. Make sure to follow Friday Night Stars at Friday underscore stars. It's we do great work there, and we're ready for the upcoming season. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining.